All right. I think we're back. Yeah. The wonders of going live sometime. You have to adjust on the fly, but as they say, it's all worked out. And I think we're gonna make it work anyway. We're gonna make it work anyway because that's what we do. That's how we do. As we are coming to you from the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Dr. Mike Prince here with you. We're talking about music and how it has changed, or has it really changed at all? Has it really stayed the same? The message is going to always be the message. Just depends on what time of era that you're listening to the music, whether it's back in the roaring 20s with the people fighting and protesting, should alcohol be made legal? Now today's fighters, should marijuana be made legal? I don't have a dog in that fight at all as I take a sip of my coffee, because that's not going to make or break me. But we've talked so much, and I said we're not going to stay and talk a whole bunch about the political stuff and all that kind of stuff, because sometimes I get my head pops, spins, and shakes like I need any help shaking my head. It's Prince old song, so you need another lover like you need another hole in your head. I trust me, I got enough on my plate. But as we rattle through this thing and try to make sense of all of this that's going on, we will get a chance to figure it out and try to regulate, I should say, some things in our thought pattern and our frontal lobe, if you will, to try to make things happen. But we will be giving you this show each and every week from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and the beauty of this is it's not going to matter where we are, because we could do this show in studio or on site by way of remote broadcast. That is always a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. And with the technologies and the advancements and everything that we have, we'll be able to go. So far, we heard from like the Double Dutch Bus. We heard the Jackson 5 ABCs. Easy as 1, 2, 3, oh baby, do, re, mi, ABC, 1, 2, 3, baby, you, and me. I'm about to pull something out of the hat right now. Don't know exactly. You know what? I'm a big guy, a big fan of this young man. I won't even say anything. I'm going to let his music speak for itself. And once you hear him, we'll come back and talk about it, because this to me is one of the most underrated artists in the business right now. Let me go ahead and cue this up, and we'll come back and talk about it once we're done. It's Funkadelic, Flash Black. Before that was a young man that we were speaking about earlier by the name of Anthony Hamilton. Anthony Hamilton, by far, is one of the most underrated artists that I could think of. Dude has a very rich sound, soulful sound, and I just love the way he vibes right now. And that's my type of music right there. Just music make you sit down, think about life and the situation, whether it be good, bad, ugly, and different. Just kind of let you meditate on the situation at hand. And not that the other music is not doing that, but everybody has their message and their genre. But Anthony Hamilton, in my opinion, he does it, and he does it right. And I've been on record saying this before, so I might as well say it again. Another artist and these two happen to tour together, but Fantasia is off the charts, absolutely off the charts, and she is, in my opinion, she's respected, but I think she could be on so much higher plane. She's not what some would consider the glamour girl, but in her own right, she's got her own sexiness, her appeal, but she has a soulful sound that will make you pause if you're doing something and you happen to hear her singing a song in particular, and you go like, oh my God, this girl is really talking to me right now through this song. She's had a challenging life, as her life has been so chronicled, but woman sings from her soul, and you got to love that. And I'm finding out that most of your artists that really connect with people have gone through some real personal struggles in life, and what they're able to do is transpose what they felt into song, whether they're writing a song, singing a song, playing the song, and you're able to connect. And that's what makes a song have lasting power. That's what makes a song have people just collectively, no matter what era that they hear the song, they're able to connect right away with that song. And when they connect with that song and they're able to go like, man, I am definitely feeling what you're talking about. And that's what we're trying to do here with the Mike Prince Show. We're not going to be one-sided on one thing. We're not going to be talking sports each and every episode, even though there's going to be some episodes where we do talk sports. And we do have a variety of shows through our network, the Sports Report being one of them, the Mike Prince Show being another. We have our Sunday morning live sermons. We have our live sports coverage. So we got a whole gamut of resourcefulness, if you will, through the Open Mic Broadcast Network that can appeal to you from whatever angle that you're coming from. But what we're doing and how we're doing, and it just reminded me that I needed to tell you how we got to be with the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and how we operate and do what it is that we do. This concept, believe it or not, was not a new idea. It's just really been a recurring theme, a constant theme throughout the country, as we have always had the love for our community. Had to hit my cough button real quickly. Let me just summarize who Mike Prince is. Mike Prince is a kid that was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. All my life, I've had to work for whatever it is that I've earned. It might not be much in some eyes, but what is mine is mine. I've earned it. No one has laid down and given me anything, and I'm okay with that. Absolutely. I was able to be rescued by God through athletics, just plain and simple. And it was through athletics that opened a door of great new opportunities for me. It was through athletics that got me to see various parts of this country, outside the country. And it was through athletics that helped me get on the path of education as far as higher learning was myself. I didn't even at one point think that I was a guy achievable of going off to college, doing all kind of wonderful things in life. Never in a million years did I think I would be that guy, but here I am. And it was through athletics and through the opportunities of being able to tackle individuals on a football field, to box in a ring, to hit a baseball, to shoot a basketball, to be able to achieve outside my block. And it's one of those situations that will forever keep me connected. Now, just like everybody else, you have crossroads in your life. And as I got older, my God consciousness began to be a lot more to the front lobe, if you will, the frontal lobe of my life, where I knew that I had to have a coexistence with God in order for me to achieve anything of substance, at least in my opinion. And so, with that being said, it introduced me to a whole gamut of religious walks, if you will. I have gone through the gamut. I've been with the Nation of Islam. I've been with the Nation of Yahweh. I've been with Jehovah's Witnesses. I've been with the Buddhists, and trust me, when I say I've been there and done that, I've been there and done that. And in the quest of me going through this spiritual journey, if you will, I began to understand that there was a whole lot more to Mike Prince than what Mike Prince was offering to the world, and what Mike Prince even knew of Mike Prince. And so with that being said, it began to sort of reshape and define who I really am and who I was. And as I began that, you gain friends, you lose friends, but hopefully throughout the process you begin to at least understand your purpose and your little piece in this massive world, and how you can get along, if you will, get along to get along. And so it led me through all of these wondrous things. And then one day, and I used to question this, but I don't question it ever again, I truly heard the call in my life to start preaching. And that was the last thing that I wanted to do. That was the last thing on my mind. That was the last thing that you would ever want to hear, because I had a personal problem with preachers. I had a personal problem with church. I had a personal problem with the whole religious gamut, because, you know, let's be honest, a lot of people say it's one big old scam. And you know what? In some areas it is a scam. But I knew that if God, this is what you want me to do, this is what you want me to do, you're going to have to, sure enough, make it so plain I can understand it, make it so plain that those who would hear me could understand it, make it plain enough to know that I'm not going to be playing with people, especially myself, when it comes to you and your word and your divine word. Now, I never consider myself one of those wallers and squallers that put his finger in his ear. Oh, did he do it? Did he do it? Did he do it? I don't knock those that do that, but I knew that was not me, and I couldn't do this, you know, and appear to be authentic and effective to order to win souls for the Lord. So, and then I still had this deal in the back of my mind that I had to deal with, it, you know, because I was conditioned that if you are going to be for the Lord, then you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, and if you do this, you're not right. If you do that, you're not right. If you say this, you're not right. If you look at that, you're not right. And my head was about to explode. I said, wow, why is there so much on what I can't do when God said, come as you are? And I'm not going to get into the preaching, but this is a variety show, so we'll talk and we talk about. Just try to give you a full gamut of who and what this show is going to be all about. It's a variety talk show. But as I continue on, as my life begins to develop and unfold, I'm feeling the pressures of the church. Well, Brother Prince, if you're going to be with us, you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't say this, and you can't do that, and you cannot play softball. At this time, my baseball career was over with, and you know, playing softball, just kind of stay in shape, you know, things were flowing and going. And they're telling me I cannot play softball. I'm like, okay, I cannot play softball. I'm not going to play softball because I want to do this right. And why, when I was trying to do it right, I felt miserable. I felt defeated. I'm wondering, why am I feeling like this? And this is supposed to be the happiest moment in my life. It's supposed to be the most joyful time of my life. I'm giving my life to the Lord. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Why am I feeling like this? I had a conversation. Sometimes the Lord addressed me as dum-dum. Now, the reason I say I call myself dum-dum, because sometimes you try to do what you think is right. Proverbs 14:12 says there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is death. Here I am thinking I'm doing what's right because the church folks are telling me this is right, so it must be right. I'm doing this, and I hear a voice say, dum-dum. Did I tell you not to do that? Dum-dum. Who gave you the ability to hit a baseball? Who gave you the ability to run, catch, tap? Who gave you the ability to do all these things that you've been able to do? If I gave it to you, how can it be bad? I gave you these things because I knew that you were going to need an opportunity to get out and advance your life. And it was then I began to come to grips that it's okay to be me. It's okay to be unique. It's okay to be quirky. It's okay to be different. I began to understand that, you know what? This is who I am. I cannot let anyone else define who I am. And that began the metamorphosis of Mike Prince. I realized that, yes, God did call me to preach and teach his gospel, and I do that daily. He's also given me a love for sports. I do that daily. He's given me a love for music. I do that daily. He's given me a love for people, and I do that daily. So for those who would like to try to put me in a category, you can't put me in a category because I created my own category. Because I created my own category, I get to make the rules. And because I get to make the rules, you cannot tell me what's best for me. Because God knows me, and as old Tupac used to say, only God can judge. That being said, I am going to try to find this particular song that I think is appropriate, if I can find it, but I don't think I can. It was called Be Myself Again by Eric Benet. But for whatever reason, I cannot find that. So I guess the next best thing I could do is give you this one. And you're going to be like, where did that come from? I'm just going to let it speak for itself. You listen to the Mike Prince Show, Wednesday Hump Day, March 15th. Enjoy the ride. And, of course, that was Miss Etta James. This is A Man's World. That song was originally sang by James Brown. This is A Man's World. And because it is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. We're just about out of time, but we got a little bit more time left. We're going to be doing this variety show each and every Wednesday, trying to make $1 out of 99 cents, if you will, and just want to help you get on board and help us spread this word out if you can. Of course, we can be listened to by way of OBN-Radio.com, KTOR-Radio.com. We were doing a little experiment on today, and we were trying to offer up some different possibilities of simulcasting, but we probably want to have to just go the one way because we had some complications and some distractions, and we'll try to sort those out and get it to you. But if you can't catch it live, of course, we'll have it in the archive section. We're on Tuned In Radio at Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll have it looped in throughout that, and then we can even offer it on demand through our website at OBNRadio.com or even Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker, Spreaker.com. Go to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Then, of course, hit on the Mike Prince Show, and you'll be able to get the archive version, on-demand version, if you can, of this particular episode. We were talking about a variety of things, and last night was the debut of our baseball broadcast, our local baseball broadcast. We've been providing local baseball and athletics, really, but it started out with baseball. But we've been doing local athletics throughout Waller County since 2002, and it has really grown and grown throughout the years. Started out simply just providing some baseball coverage and everything of that nature for our local student athletes, and it has grown and taken a life of its own, which was part of, if you heard a segment or two ago, we were talking about how the open mic came to be and how Mike Prince kind of discovered who Mike Prince was because of my love of athletics, and I was allowing people to put me in a category that because I'm preaching in life, and because I've accepted the Lord as my Savior, that there are certain things that I am not supposed to be doing, and athletics is one of them, and I'm sorry, but I agree to disagree with that. You can't just kill off who you are when God has given you something, and you show me where sports becomes a sin, then maybe we can start talking about it, but that was a whole other thing. But anyway, we did our debut coverage last night for the Waller Bulldogs taking on defending state champions Magnolia Bulldogs, and very competitive contest. Waller fell short by the score of 4-3, and it was a good game. You can listen live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Most of those games will be on either Channel 1 or Channel 2. So keep looking. Visit the website, OBN-Radio.com, for scheduled games. Matter of fact, we do have a game scheduled for tomorrow evening, Thursday, March the 16th at 7 p.m. against the Brenham Cubs. So that's going to be another interesting game of events as they will take place. But this particular year has been very special because of the fact that it is involving my very own flesh and blood. My baby boy, Philip Prince, is a member of the Waller Bulldogs, and it's his senior year, second baseman, outfielder, and it's always a proud moment to watch your own flesh and blood play. But to be able to broadcast the play-by-play commentary is even more exciting, and he actually made a few decent plays last night. Didn't get a hit, but that's part of the game of baseball. You don't get a hit every time, but you got to play defense all the time, and I'm glad to say that he held his own on last night. The Waller Bulldogs held their own on last night, and I think they're going to be quite fine this season. I really do. I think they're going to be okay, but only one game, but we shall see what all comes about of this. But with all that being said, you can keep up with our local and regional coverage of the Waller Bulldogs, Hempstead Bobcats, the Royal Falcons, the Rose Hill Christian Eagles. We affectionately call them the Angry Birds. And, of course, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, the Wharton Junior College Pioneers, and the list just keeps going on and on. All you have to do is visit our website at OBN-Radio.com, check out what we have to offer, and who all we're covering. And we got room at the cross, if you will, because we will add you. If you want to be added, all you have to do is just talk about it. And you never can tell what all you can discover if you just first sit down and talk about it. But you can't get there until we what? Talk about it. And so with that being said, I have expired my time for today. I want to thank you all, each and every one of you who have joined in. Maybe you got a chance to listen live. Maybe you listen on demand. The process is still the same. All you have to do is visit our website at OBNRadio.com. Let us know how you feel. You can even drop us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Mike Prince. As always, thank you all so much. Enjoy. And until next time, be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.